Okay, hey everybody. So, I am sitting down because I felt inspired to make a video, and that's really the only time I will ever make a video. I wanted to talk about beliefs. Um, I spent a lot of my life taking in what other people said that I should be doing. For example, I'm not trying to bash my mom, but she just always wanted better for me. Um, I would get a job, and she said, "No, you can do better. You can do better." And that put me in a lax state of mind. Why? Because I had a belief that I was not doing good enough. So, as I got older, I eventually persisted and convinced myself that I can do better. I want to give my son a better life. Um, I just had complete faith that I would be successful. So in 2015 or 16, I I wanted this job. I wanted the job before. I knew it was a good job. It had great benefits, but I could never get an interview before. It's like super hard to get employed with this person. So I spent a lot of time just visualizing and trying to feel the life I would have when I had that job. The things I could do for my son, the fact that I would be able to pay my bills and still feel comfortable and have an extra. So I applied, and it was a step to my end because it was through a third party. Like the contract employers. So I applied through them, and I got the job. I knew I was going to get the job. I knew. And I had never been good at, like, going to work, and, I was still young, and it just wasn't a priority to me. But this job built me up so much. I had people around me that put beliefs in me. Hey, you're going to be great. You're going to be awesome. And, I really took that in. I was believing them. And I worked there about 6 years. I had way higher pay than most people. I think the minimum wage was $9 an hour, and I was making 21. I believed I deserved that job. I ended up leaving, but that was for other reasons. I bring up that story because I want you to know that the people you surround yourself with, that your subconscious listens to, is very important. If you are at a point where you're strong enough to say, hey, no, you're not going to tell me that. That's not my story. I'm good enough. I can have this. This is something I know I'm going to get. Then great. But a lot of us, we have to go through steps to get to our end. And what you tell yourself really matters. It matters so much. This goes with anything in your life. The way you look, the relationships you're in, the job you're working, how you're parenting, how good of a friend you are. But I know I spent a lot of my life believing that I wasn't good enough. That was due to abusive relationships and, parents wanting more from me from a good place. We were born like adapting to beliefs that our parents had. They don't have a handbook to be parents. It's not their fault. They were learning. Everybody learns differently. They learned from their parents how things should be. But you have a choice to pick what you want to believe. Say you have a friend and you feel jealous or like they're not there for you enough. Stuff like that. Do you take into consideration that, hey, instead of thinking they don't like me, they're too busy for me, they're just being a fake friend, what if they have something going on in their life? Why don't you tell yourself that? What if they're busy with their kids right now? What if they're working overtime? What if they don't have their phone on them? They're taking a nap. Put any good meaning on what the 3D is showing you. I don't want you to stress yourself out about it. It's not like you need to be a robot all day and every single thought you have that's bad, flip it, Flip it if you can. If you get stressed out, stop. It's not the end. I did that to myself. I would just affirm. Affirming does not work for me. It's hard to believe. It doesn't feel natural. And if you do affirm, what I want you to do, even with anything, any technique that you want to take on, do what feels natural. Do what feels natural, but take it a little further. Everyone thinks that manifestation happens just instantly. There's steps to it. You will have your end, but there is a process, and that process is you. You have to work on yourself. You have to do the work. When you do the work, you need to look for little small successes. I know a lot of people look for evidence. The evidence that you see is what you think. So, say you're with your specific person and you're manifesting tons of love from them and they just aren't giving it. Say you get a hug one day and that's not typically normal. I've experienced that. Had a non-affectionate person in my life. You get that hug, and I need you to be very aware of what's going on. You notice the hug, you say, thank you. This is movement. This is good. We're getting somewhere. Everything you see and what you think about it just determines the good or bad. I mean, you can't sit there and be like, oh, nothing's happening. What I want specifically is not here. It's a process. You need to make good out of everything you see, even if it's bad. Let's see, trying to think. I'm so new at this. I'm kind of nervous and also, when you do ask for manifestation, there's always movement behind the scenes. Do you know if that person's thinking about you? Do you know if that job is making that job posting? Stuff like that. You're not going to see it. You just need to have faith that it's happening. And if you don't get that specific manifestation to the T, I guarantee you something better has came for you. So, I am doing coaching. I have faith that there will be people who have faith in me and want to let me try to help them. I've been a caregiver all my life. Family is everything to me. I have always had caregiving jobs. I've been a teacher. This is just something I'm really passionate about. And when I come on here, I just want to talk, So maybe I should start doing lives or something, but we'll get there. Right now I'm comfortable with this, but I'm going to reach a little more. Anyways, if you want to try some coaching with me, I have group coaching sessions every Friday. Since it's so new, it may just be you. It is cheaper than individual coaching sessions. It is on my channel page. I go through Square. I pay my taxes. So, I also have my email on there. Email me, let me know you're wanting the coaching, go through the process, make the payment, and we'll get you scheduled. I am currently going to be working a full-time job, so we'll get scheduling as close to what you want as possible. If I have to stay up later, I will. If you guys have any questions on like a consultation, basically, you can email me and let me know what's going on, and I can let you know what I can do for you. The coaching sessions for group and individual are hour long, and the rest of the 7 days after coaching, you are allowed to email me if you get in a bind. I am more than willing to help you. I don't mind at all. But after that 7 days, I need to move on to other people. I just want to be here to support like-minded community and make a difference in people's minds. I want them to live a better life. I want them to experience what I experience after so long of just misery. This really has changed my life, and it took a long time for me to understand, and I know that I can simplify it for you to understand, like the way I learned. I also have some channels you can watch if you want me to send them to you. Again, I talked about this in the last video. Not everything resonates with me, and I know it's not going to resonate for you, everything that someone is telling you. I know people on YouTube say, don't jump from channel to channel, you're going to confuse yourself. I don't believe in that. I believe everybody has something specific that is good for you, that is in your beliefs, that you know is possible and it makes sense to you. So I'm going to get off here. I'm going to clean my house. If you guys want or need anything, go ahead and email me.